Hauchecorne limped dramatically on his old rheumatic leg, though, curiously, he limped a little less when no one was looking. But as soon as a pair of eyes wandered in his direction, he became a portrait of noble suffering. As he reached the center of the market square, he spotted his acquaintance and eternal rival, Maître Malandin, the harness maker. Hauchecorne instantly straightened, for he and Malandin had once quarreled about a halter and had not forgiven each other since. To avoid seeming foolish in front of this man, Hauchecorne lowered his gaze in an exaggerated show of dignity, when suddenly he saw something lying on the ground. He bent down, slowly, painfully, theatrically, to pick it up. Perhaps treasure? A fallen coin? A rare good fortune? No, it was a small, miserable piece of string. Hauchecorne examined it, disappointed yet determined. A man of his thrift did not waste even a thread. He rolled it carefully between his fingers, then slipped it into his pocket, but not without glancing over his shoulder, for picking up string in public was apparently a great crime against one's reputation. Unfortunately, Malandin had seen everything, and thus the trouble began. Barely an hour had passed when the square erupted with excitement, the kind of excitement only a small town can produce when something slightly unfortunate happens. A pocketbook, a fine leather wallet, belonging to Monsieur Hulbrecht of Manneville, had been lost, or stolen. In Goderville, these words were interchangeable. A boy arrived, breathless, shouting the news.
A reward! A reward for whoever finds it.
Farmers straightened, women paused mid-gossip. Even the hens stopped clucking, as if they too suspected someone in particular. And of course, all eyes eventually drifted toward Maître Hauchecorne, for someone had seen him bending down earlier. Malandin, the harness maker, stepped forward, with the gleeful dignity of a man about to ruin someone he dislikes.
I saw him. He was picking something off the ground.
Gasps, murmurs. Goderville made scandal from scraps, and this was practically a feast. Hauchecorne, astonished, lifted both hands dramatically.
Me? A thief? I picked up a piece of string, a bit of string, I tell you.
But the more he insisted, the more suspicious he appeared. It was one of Goderville's most cherished traditions. The guilty always protest innocence, and the innocent always look guilty. Soon the mayor's officer arrived. He laid a heavy hand on Hauchecorne's shoulder and summoned him to the town hall, and thus, for the crime of pocketing a string, Hauchecorne was escorted like a criminal. Hauchecorne was led into the town hall with all the ceremony reserved for a dangerous outlaw, or at least someone who had committed the terrible crime of bending down in public. The mayor, a serious man who wore responsibility like a particularly heavy coat, looked up from his desk with grave importance.
Well, Hauchecorne, it appears you were seen picking up the missing wallet.
By heaven, Monsieur le Maire, it was a piece of string, just a string. See, I still have it.
With trembling triumph, he produced the pathetic object. The mayor frowned at it as though it were a suspicious weapon.
A string? Nevertheless, you were seen bending, and the wallet is missing.
Hauchecorne sputtered, outraged.
What sort of reasoning is that? Must one never bend for fear of being accused of theft?
But logic rarely survived long in Goderville. Rumor had arrived first, built its house, and furnished it with excellent imagination. After a long interrogation, the mayor finally sighed and said,
Very well, we shall wait. If the wallet is returned, you will be cleared.
Cleared? As if he had been dirty to begin with. Hauchecorne left the hall fuming, his innocence crumpled like the string in his pocket, yet more helpless than ever before. Outside, villagers stared, nudged one another, and whispered deliciously detailed lies about him. He felt their eyes chasing him through the square. His dignity, already fragile, began to tremble. The next day, just before noon, a farmhand named Monsieur Breton arrived at the mayor's office, holding the lost wallet in his calloused hand. He had found it on the road and had simply been too busy to come sooner, as one is. Inside the wallet were all the papers, all the money, and not a trace of Maître Hauchecorne. The mayor, relieved to be spared further administrative discomfort, declared the matter closed. He even sent word to Hauchecorne, a polite message that read more or less, "All right, you may stop panicking. You're innocent after all." But Goderville was not so easily convinced. When Hauchecorne rushed into the market square, waving the news like a flag of victory, people merely shrugged. Some smiled, those tight little smiles that said they believed nothing, and others whispered behind their hands,
"Clever fellow. He returned it through someone else. Very clever indeed."
Hauchecorne's heart sank. He repeated the story, again and again and again, to the baker, to the butcher, to strangers, to cows if they seemed willing to listen.
It was a string, I tell you. Ask anyone, ask the mayor.
But the more he insisted, the less they believed. Truth, it seemed, had arrived far too late to compete with a delicious rumor. Everywhere he went, the inn, the market, the church steps, he heard the same whisper, soft as moth wings, sharp as needles.
There goes the man who found the wallet.
Returned through a friend, no doubt.
Very sly, these peasants.
The more he protested, the more suspicious he appeared, as though innocence spoken aloud became guilt in disguise.
A string, I keep telling you. Ask Malandane. He saw me pick it up.
This was a mistake, of course. Mentioning Malandane only added oil to the gossip fire, and Malandane, delighted to watch his rival squirm, never corrected a single rumor. Hauchecorne's dignity began to fray. He slept poorly, ate little, and rehearsed explanations in the dark for listeners who would never exist.
I picked up a string, I tell you. A string. Why will no one believe me?
It is a terrible thing to be innocent when no one wants you to be. Weeks passed, then months, and still the story followed Hauchecorne like a stubborn shadow. Some villagers pretended sympathy, others pretended disbelief, but all of them believed exactly what they wished to believe. Even his sleep was broken by dreams of voices whispering behind him. It is a terrible fate to be innocent, and yet live like a man constantly judged. At last, under the weight of endless disbelief, Hauchecorne fell ill. On his sickbed, pale and trembling, he repeated again and again, to the walls, to the ceiling, to whatever gods might still be listening,
It was only a piece of string. A piece of string.
and with those words, his voice faded, and Maître Hauchecorne said no more. Maître Hauchecorne was buried the next week in the little churchyard of Bréauté. It was a modest funeral, the sort reserved for a man neither rich nor important, and now not even respected. A few neighbors came, more out of habit than affection. They spoke of the weather, the price of wheat, and of course, the wallet. Even at his graveside, Goderville whispered,
He never fooled me.
Those sly ones always get caught in the end.
and so the man was lowered into the earth, still carrying a guilt that was never his. Not one villager remembered that the wallet had been found by someone else, completely intact. Not one villager repeated the truth. The lie was far more comfortable, far more entertaining, far more Goderville. Thus ended the life of a man destroyed not by a crime, but by a rumor, a fragile thread that strangled him slowly. In the end, the piece of string was harmless. It was the people who weren't. If you liked this video, please subscribe to our channel and press the like button for more such videos.